The number 9 most viewed PragerU video is this one right here. Don't follow your passion. Now, a week ago, this was much further down the list. So I guess it gained like 700,000 views within a week. It's not suspicious at all. It's got Mike Rowe on it. Yeah, Mike Rowe has stooped to making PragerU videos. How low can Mike Rowe go? Also want to point out, of all the other pictures, all the other thumbnails up to this point, this is the first one that actually has the face of the speaker. All the others have like a drawing of some kind. But Mike Rowe gets his own. What's up with that? So before we begin, I will admit this one is a little different than the others. It's not completely terrible. It's still wrong and toxic, and it doesn't do a lot. And it's real rich coming from Mike Rowe. But we'll get to that in a moment. Let's just jump in.
There are only two things I can tell you today that come with absolutely no agenda.
Liar.
The first is congratulations.
Well,
the second is good luck. Everything else is what I like to call the dirty truth, which is just another way of saying
the real dirty truth here is his chest hair. Am I right, guys?
It's my opinion. And in my opinion,
gross, disgusting.
You have all been given some terrible advice.
We watched PragerU.
And that advice is this: follow your passion.
Hey, how does Mike Rowe know about the affair I've been having?
Every time I watch the Oscars, I cringe when some famous movie star, trophy in hand, starts to deconstruct the secret of their success.
He's starting already trash-talking Hollywood and celebrities. Mike Rowe trash-talking the Oscars is hilarious, because, like, he is the Hollywood celebrity. I guess we gotta talk about Mike Rowe now. Mike Rowe, American television host. He's got shows that used to be like on the Discovery Channel. I don't know what this other stuff is. He used to have shows called Dirty Jobs. Somebody's Gotta Do It. I guess he was on Deadliest Catch too. On these shows, he goes to like, oh look, these people are sewage workers. These people work with landfills. But ever since he's been doing these shows, he's started like styling himself as someone who's working for the poor, working for the working class, and sticking up for the little guy. But it's like, dog, you're just another Hollywood celebrity. You haven't had a blue-collar job in like 40 years, if you've ever had one. That doesn't necessarily mean his argument is wrong here. Just keep it in mind when he immediately jumps to talking about the Oscars and celebrities. Like, you're one of them. All right, but let's hear what he says. Let's hear the actual argument here.
Our trophy in hand starts to deconstruct the secret of their success. It's always the same thing.
Luck.
Don't let anyone tell you that you don't have what it takes, kid. And the ever-popular, never give up on your dreams.
Well, no, the secret of success for actors, like, I don't know who this is supposed to be. The secret of success for the Navi woman we have here, the secret to success for this Smurf lady is luck and getting the right connections in Hollywood. I don't know if y'all know this, but I used to work in entertainment. I guess I still do with this YouTube channel. But like, I used to be a cameraman. You go to like concerts and whatnot, and sometimes it's the actors. There's like a big screen and there's a camera following around. That used to be my job. I used to be that kind of cameraman. And let me tell you, all this shit is just luck and just happening to meet the right people someday who like you. That's pretty much all it comes down to.
And the ever-popular, never give up on your dreams.
These two lines don't necessarily contradict the reality of things. Because if you just give up, well then, you give up. That's not a good argument, Zach. Cut that out.
Look, I understand the importance of persistence and the value of encouragement, but who tells a stranger to never give up on their dreams without even knowing what it is they're dreaming? I mean, how can Lady Gaga possibly know where your passion will lead you?
This is kind of weird. I think you're reading a little too much into it, Mr. Rowe. I think the intention and the point behind it is just supposed to be, you know, approach life with a positive mindset. Kind of weird he's stabbing at another celebrity here. He's throwing stones from a glass house, bud. He dreams he can fly and
will lead you.
Breaks his neck on the pavement. Jeez. Okay. I don't know if I can give an argument against that.
Have these people never seen American Idol? Year after year, thousands of aspiring American Idols show up with great expectations.
This is also weird hold on, because Mike Rowe used to be an opera singer, television host, narrator, former opera singer. What a smug-looking face. Disgusting. Professionally, this isn't like a college gig. He did it professionally with the Baltimore Opera. All right, man. I'm already sidetracked. My head is gone.
Every year, thousands of aspiring American Idols show up with great expectations, only to learn that they don't possess the skills they thought they did. What's really amazing, though, is not their lack of talent. The world's full of people who can't sing. It's their genuine shock at being rejected.
This is amazing. What? Don't take American Idol away from us too, Mike Rowe.
That their passion and their ability had nothing to do with each other.
Okay.
Look, if we're talking about your hobby, by all means,
you just kind of like ruined your own argument by bringing up the hobby. Okay, so don't follow your passion because you might go on American Idol and people will laugh at you. American Idol's amazing. What are you talking about? The best part of American Idol isn't the people who have talent. The best part of American Idol is the people who fail out of it.
But when it comes to making a living, it's easy to forget the dirty truth. Just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean you won't suck at it.
And the dirty truth is, Mike Rowe won't tell you this, but the dirty truth is you don't live in an economy that cares about what your passions. You live in an economy that cares about using you and adding you to the meat grinder so they can extract the value of your labor so some rich fat cat can get wealthy off of your hard work. But Mike Rowe doesn't talk about that. So far, his arguments in this video are actually not bad like the other videos. It's just the way Mike Rowe delivers it and all the other context and all the other bits that he doesn't mention. Why does he leave that stuff out? That just bothers me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just someone who doesn't get along with anybody. That's not true. I have good friends. I just don't get along well with conservatives.
And just because you've earned a degree in your chosen field, it doesn't mean you're going to find your dream job.
Okay, so hold on. This is true, but this is wrong. Let me break it down. Just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean you won't suck at it. Mike Rowe here, this is Mike Rowe, he used American Idol as an example. So, just because you're passionate about singing, for example, doesn't mean you won't suck at singing. True. However, how do you get better at it? How do you get better at singing? How do you get better at anything? You get better at practice. That's how pretty much everything works. Every skill that you might have, you have to practice. You have to do it and keep doing it and get better at it. Nobody's born a good singer. Mike Rowe, of all people, should know this. Like, he went to college for singing. Nobody's born good at basically anything. You got to keep practicing. And how do you know you want to practice at it? You got to have passion to do it. See, there's a few details there that's like Mike Rowe is gonna leave out. Like I said, this video is better than the other PragerU videos, but it's just delivering us to a weird place, I think. Mike Rowe, the swimming poo-poo man, now he's swimming in Prager poo-poo.
And just because you've earned a degree in your chosen field, it doesn't mean you're going to find your dream job.
This is true in a lot of ways because, well, a lot of fields are just really cutthroat and really hard to get into. I never really had a dream job, let's be honest. Dreams? I don't know what dreams are anymore. Dreams? Ha! I got pills for that. I'm joking, of course. I would love to be an English professor.
Dream jobs are usually just that, dreams. But their imaginary existence just might keep you from exploring careers that offer a legitimate chance to perform meaningful work.
Oh, he's loading a lot onto this. I just wanted to add right in here. Is he talking about the American dream? See how I turned that back on him? Yeah, wasn't expecting that. So having a dream job might stop you from exploring other careers. I don't think that's founded.
And develop a genuine passion for the job you already have.
I don't see that. No, I don't see that. That second part is completely unfounded. Having a dream job prevents you from developing passion for your current job? How? I don't think he explains that. Let's hear him out.
Because here's another dirty truth. Your happiness on the job has very little to do with the work itself.
This is kind of true in a way. but he doesn't give a good follow up to this, I think. In my opinion, my most happiest jobs, the most important component of the happiness have been the people that I've worked with. The most important element of whether or not I like the job I have is my coworkers and I guess the boss and the management structure. The work itself, work is work. There's been some jobs I've had where like the actual work is just horrible and it's like doesn't matter who I'm working with. I hate this. I'm never coming back. But that's not particularly super common.
On Dirty Jobs, I remember a very successful septic tank cleaner, a multimillionaire who told me the secret to his success.
If he's a multimillionaire, I'm willing to bet he's not doing much of the cleaning of septic tanks himself. Maybe I'm wrong, but may have at the start. He may do a little bit, but you're not going to be a multimillionaire doing all of it. You become a multimillionaire by hiring people underneath you to do the labor, and you delegate the labor to them, and then you get paid for running the company that cleans them. You get paid running the company that runs the whole business that cleans septic tanks. That's how you become a multimillionaire. But tell me, what did he say?
I looked around to see where everyone else was headed, he said, and then I went the opposite way. Bullshit. Then I got good at my work. Then I began to prosper, and then one day I realized I was passionate about other people's crap.
Okay, so this is portrayed kind of for laughs. I looked where everyone else was headed and went the opposite way. I'm sorry, this is a post hoc justification. There's no way this guy was like, nobody else is getting involved in septic tank cleaning. I'm going to start a business in that. I don't know this guy. Convenient Mike Rowe doesn't name him. Maybe it's on an episode of the show, but I'm not going to watch his stupid show over this. I'm willing to bet what happened. This guy started a business. No, he didn't start a business. This guy one day was like, I need a job. This septic tank cleaning job is paying a fair amount of money. You know what? I'm going to apply. He applies, he gets in, and he's like, hey, I'm actually decent at this. I'm not really too disgusted cleaning other people's crap. I can do this job. I don't have to talk to people. We just come in and we clean it. It's easy. It's easy. Nobody else wants to do it, and I get paid a lot of money for it. Hell yeah. I really doubt this guy started saying, I'm gonna get into septic tank cleaning. Then I got good at my work. I began to prosper. One day I realized I was passionate about other people's crap. No, one day he realized he was passionate about the paycheck he was bringing in. I got good at my work and began to prosper. Yeah, so you're saying he did it enough and he developed the skill necessary to do it well, and he kept getting better at it. Wow. What a surprise.
I've heard that same basic story from welders, plumbers, carpenters, electricians, HVAC professionals, hundreds of other skilled tradesmen.
Coming from the opera singer.
Who followed opportunity, not passion, and prospered as a result.
Hey, yeah. Is that why Mike Rowe is on PragerU? He followed the opportunity. Got him! Opportunity, not passion, and prospered as a result. Well, maybe, but what you're describing here is... you're describing people who have worked in a business that needed work, that needed labor. They developed a skill from working at it, and they got good at it. That's like every business and every job there is.
Consider the reality of the current job market. Right now, millions of...
When you ask me to consider the reality of the current job market, the first thing on my mind is not college students. The first thing on my mind is increasing automation looming over the horizon and going to take over like a majority of jobs within the next foreseeable few decades.
Millions of people with degrees and diplomas are out there competing for a relatively narrow set of opportunities that...
I'm reminded of the seagulls in Finding Nemo.
Polite society calls good careers. Now, meanwhile, employers are struggling to fill nearly 5.8 million jobs that nobody's trained to do.
He's talking about the skills gap here. This is true. There are a lot of job vacancies. How do we find someone who can do this? I got a problem, though. First off, you're trash talking those who get like college degrees and then saying, oh, look at all these other jobs, though. But isn't this like kind of the same elitism that they accuse college kids of doing? Or college degrees, college alumni of doing? It's the same kind of elitism. It's just, oh, trade jobs are better than college degrees. Man, society needs a lot of things.
This is the skills gap.
Yeah.
It's real, and its cause is actually very simple.
One more thing, adding on to this, though. It's a lot easier for someone with a bachelor's degree to switch careers than it is for someone who's like a tradesman to switch careers. If you got a bachelor's degree, it usually means you're well educated in like it's supposed to be a well-rounded education where you learn a bunch of other stuff. So you got a bachelor's degree, you work for one company, and then it's like, well, this company's going out of business. I'm going to go work for another company, different industry, but I still got the bachelor's degree. I still got a lot of basic workplace skills. Cool. On the other hand, if you're like a plumber, like he mentioned, you work in plumbing your whole life, and now you're in your 40s, and then, whoop, plumbing business in this town, this state, is dried up for whatever reason, or there's a big company, puts everyone else out of business. It's going to be a lot harder for that plumber to get a new job in a brand new career. This is why when you go to like retail stores, like Home Depot or like your grocery store, there are people working there in their like 40s and 50s who had a nice career before. Maybe it was a trade job, maybe it was more likely a manufacturing job, and it's just gone. Those skills that they learned in that job are not easily translatable to another kind of job. And now they're stuck here working retail for the rest of their life. Conversely, if you have a bachelor's degree, it's like you apply at a different job. They're like, well, you may not have worked in this industry before, but you have a bachelor's degree. So you're already like, whoop, higher on the list than everyone else applying. That doesn't mean it's not necessarily bullshit, but that is kind of the reality of the job market.
This is the skills gap. It's real, and its cause is actually very simple. When people follow their passion, they miss out on all kinds of opportunities they didn't even.
No, this is not the reason for the skills gap. I mean, it could be like one factor that's part of it, but it's like there's a lot more going on.
I wanted to follow in my grandfather's footsteps. He was a skilled tradesman,
okay,
could build a house without a blueprint.
I don't think he could. I get it, it's hyperbole.
Blueprint. That was my passion, and I followed it for years. I took all the shop classes at school. I did all I could to absorb the knowledge and skill that came so easily to my granddad.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the handy gene is recessive. It skipped right over me.
This is his justification for why he went and became an opera singer and like a television actor. This is his justification for why actually I don't need a trade skill job, but you, on the other hand, should. Dog, come on. Like, you are part of a skills gap.
And I struggled mightily to overcome my deficiencies, but I couldn't.
Should have taken your vitamins.
I was one of those contestants on American Idol who believed his passion was enough to ensure his success.
You were a professional singer. You can't. Again, he's trying to make a metaphor here, but Mike Rowe was a professional opera singer at the Baltimore Opera Theater. The metaphor he's trying to make is he failed at his workshop class. He wanted to work in construction like his father, like his grandfather, but he failed at it. Just like they failed at American Idol. Also, you're a kid, man. No kid's going to be building a house.
One day, I brought home a sconce I had made in wood shop.
Is this a tampon?
Looked like a paramecium.
That's like the first actual joke I've seen in a PragerU video.
After a heavy sigh, my granddad gave me the best advice I've ever received. He told me, Mike, you can still be a tradesman, but only if you get yourself a different kind of toolbox.
What the hell does this mean?
At the time, this felt contrary to everything I believed about the importance of passion and persistence and staying the course. But of course, he was right. because staying the
Isn't that kind of contradictory to your claims earlier about people should work in trades? Am I crazy? Isn't this kind of contradictory to him saying you should follow opportunities and not follow your passion? He's trying to say his passion was like woodworking and it wasn't good enough, but it sounds like that wasn't really your passion. It sounds like that was your grandfather's passion. Am I crazy, guys? Is that what's happening here? That seems kind of weird, doesn't it?
staying the course, that only makes sense if you're headed in a sensible direction. And while passion is way too important to be without, it is way too fickle to follow around.
Man, fuck you, Mike Rowe. I am not gonna break things off with my mistress. This passion is intense, okay? Maybe I have a passion for cannibalism, huh? You know, there's not a lot of cannibals in today's society. There's a lot of opportunities in this market. I wonder if PragerU hates poor people regardless they're Republican or not. All Republicans hate poor people, even if they're poor. They hate other poor people. Conservatism, especially American conservatism, inherently contradictory. Help of the American dream keeps the rich on top, keeping the poor on the bottom. There was a quote from John Steinbeck, author of The Grapes of Wrath. It was like, socialism never took place in the United States because poor Americans don't see themselves as an aggrieved underclass. They see themselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. Crazy if you think you're crazy, because you realize PragerU has contradictions. Okay, that makes sense.
Which brings us to the final dirty truth. Never follow your passion, but always bring it with you.
That's good.
Congratulations.
No, hold on. That's actually not bad advice. This is kind of like saying, no matter what you do it well. And do your best. Not exactly what he's saying, but it's close enough. Now, never follow your passion. Well, you should follow it sometimes.
Congratulations again, and good luck.
What's he congratulating me?
I'm Mike Rowe from Mike Rowe Works for Prager University.
Mike Rowe works for Prager University. This is, without a doubt, his dirtiest job yet. But like I said, this wasn't quite as bad as some of the previous ones. I didn't completely hate this one. Good job, Mike. You did a good well. You get a pat on the head.
To subscribe to our YouTube channel, click here. To help keep our videos free, donate here.
He's talking about my channel, of course. Every week, we talk about another PragerU video, going down the list of the most popular PragerU videos, starting at the very top, working our way down, working my way downtown. Tune in next time where we look at PragerU the YouTube. That's the lawsuit video, baby. The lawsuit PragerU lost. PragerU, more like Prager is through. This is not a threat. My high-vis vest and my drill do not look good in front of the green screen. I'm gonna give a thanks to all my December patrons. Dios, Elsie Hupp, George, Jerry, Pulama, Laura Day, and the Mellow Cheddar. Can I get through just one single week without historical events happening? My schedule cannot keep up with this.